A community is a group of people bound by identity, moral, interest, ethnicity, location, or organization. Whatever the makeup, one factor is constant. Community engagement can be a valuable tool in preventing and countering violent extremism. First, communities can act as an early warning system, helping police and intelligence services. Second, communities can reach out to young people and inspire them to resist extremism. Third, communities can undertake interventions to address the real and perceived grievances of young people, the push and pull factors that attract them to violent extremism. Fourth, positive community engagement can help prevent and address some of the negative side effects of hard counter-terrorism policies which may target members of the community. If community engagement is not done properly, efforts to prevent violent extremism can be counterproductive. Communities may be left feeling stereotyped, stigmatized, and singled out. The policy and practice event that took place in Berlin on the 28th of September 2018 looked into how to engage with communities in the prevention and countering of violent extremism.
What are the main benefits and challenges for working with communities, and how can policy help to overcome these challenges?
This work cannot be done without engaging with communities and working with communities, to be honest. For example, as a benefit, we can easily find out and figure those who are in need of help, for example, when they are in this process of radicalization, for example, or to be radicalized. Yeah, to find them at an early stage.
Some of the greatest challenges of working with communities is, I think, often convincing them of the need for this work. The people that we really want to be trying to reach are often those who are more difficult to engage.
There are challenge of time, for example, because to get results it will take a long period of time.
It is crucial that communities are able to engage with policymakers, with the decision makers, with the hierarchies around leadership in their communities.
What role does national government play in community engagement?
In 2017 has been signed an important national pact with Italian Islam between the Ministry of Interior and all most important Islamic associations in the country. And this pact, in which Islamic associations took the commitment to proactively contribute to the prevention and countering violent extremism and radicalization, this pact, falling back, had the result of facilitating so much relationships at local level between local authorities, local dedicated office of police, and Islamic centers, Islamic associations.
An example of that is the guideline that we wrote for building local networks. We went to several municipalities, we talked with professionals, with policymakers and with key figures, asked for them best practices, experiences, and we all that combined it in a guideline, and so other communities and local governments can use those.
What works best? Can you share an example of good practices in addressing the drivers of violent extremism?
What they now have in Manchester is what is called the Radical Network, and this network is a network of local practitioners and providers who have had their respective skills and competencies built through this programme, and it's allowed them to be able to really ensure that they're doing good concrete cohesion work with communities, but also doing work that's around preventing violent extremism and even countering violent extremism as part of their activities. It also means that in that particular project, it meant that in the aftermath of the horrific events of May 2017, when a bomb was detonated at the Manchester Arena, it meant that that Radical Network were able to be on hand to respond. Do you work with faith-based communities in your country to prevent and counter violent extremism? And if you do, how does that work?
An example is in Amstelveen, that's nearby Amsterdam. a project where the Islamic and Jewish community started an intensive dialogue traject in 2015, and at the end they formulated a joint strategy, mission and vision on how they want to proceed with each other, and that really helped reducing tensions and even enhance the dialogue between the two. And when things now go, when it gets tough in Amsterdam or in Amstelveen, that place, when there are tensions, they know how to find each other, and that's a real and concrete project.
The dedicated tables at province level meet together at least one time per month, but the dedicated offices for info gathering at local level, the offices of state police, Italian state police, are named DIGOS. The DIGOS have deep and daily relationship with religious guides and with religious leaders and the governance of the Islamic centers, because of not only because for the purpose of preventing radicalization, but also because of other needs or expectations or priorities which communities communicate and propose.
Why do you think the local level is vital to countering and preventing violent extremism?
Nothing could be, I think, achieved without going to the local level and empowering organizations and empowering communities down there, and taking in consideration what is happening in families, what is happening in the mindsets of the youth.
There is no greater cause than to work with communities. It's absolutely where our efforts need to be.